Okay, so welcome back for the third part of the MX Simulator Complete Beginner Guide. Today we'll begin with Customized controls. I don't really think these controls are any good. I don't want to throttle with X and brake with C and V. That just makes no sense to me. I'm used to use the arrows when I play any game, car game, motocross game, whatever. So I'm going to use them, and I think it's good. It did fit me, so I hope it fits you as well. So to throttle, we'll press arrow up, and front brake I will use as down arrow. Rear brake, we'll wait with that. Left arrow, right arrow, clutch C, upshift F, downshift D, sit dab space, back up R, lean forward A, lean backward S, pause. You can use pretty much anything you want. We can use P for pause. Step, dash or whatever that's called. No, step, that little thing. Rewind, dash, I think, or the line, short line. Skip, dot. Previous bike we can use L, next bike K, chat we'll use T, and screenshot we could use pretty much the 0. Okay, so, and the only thing we have here is now the rear brake. When I did begin to play this game, I had this as the same as front brake, so we can use that down arrow. If we do this with an Xbox 360 controller, I would use throttle as right trigger, front brake right bumper, rear brake left trigger, left the left stick to the left, right the left stick to the left, clutch left bumper, upshift B, downshift X, sit dab A, back up Y, lean forward the left stick forward, lean backward the left stick backward, pause the start button, step, and these ones would still be the same, except I would have this one on S, as it kind of recommends. Okay, so now we should have the key set. I want to go over to the basic bike setup. This is what it should look like when you have it the first time. Open it up, and here you can see Yo Motocross. Your name is probably Yo Motocross. Storken, that's what I call myself. The number is 959, so I'll change it to mine. Bikes, we have 450s, 252 strokes, 254 strokes, 125s and 450s. So, and all the bikes you can see the year after is have the same power band as the bike in real life. And the SE stands for Special Edition. You probably can't see the cursor, but you can see what's highlighted. So, and we also got the KTM 350 2 years, so that's really nice. Riding gear, default, we have 2 options. I won't be changing anything because they're really ugly. The same goes with pretty much everything except no, you have 1 helmet and 2 clothes. But we'll download some really nice skins later, so we won't be worrying about that. To show all these settings, it's better if I kind of launch the game. So press escape or just back to main menu. New race, Rabbit Hill, record demo? Yes, because we want to be able to see what we do. And when you launch the game for the first time, whoa, it probably looks like this. You have one human in gate 20 and 2 robots here. I will make this empty because it's a lot easier to write for yourself. Go to... I'll just lower the volume so you can hear me. So just open up Rabbit Hill. Okay, so when you boot up the game it should look like this, and the gate will fall soon. There it fell. Not all of you may want to play in first person, so if we click tab we'll get to the third person. And to right away, as you can see now, I'm leaning right full both of the ways, he can't fall. Don't bother me cutting the track, because as you can see the rider can't fall to the sides. So let's go to the menu and change this to bike setup and arcade physics to no. As should be. So now the rider can't fall to the sides, as you can see, so he can fall. I just wanted to show the arcade physics. So, and this is confusing to a lot of people because they boot up the game and the rider can't fall and play like that, but we'll get to that. So the next thing we want to do is get the stability right. As you can see now, it's leaning really slow. I'm using the keyboard, and keyboard is everything or nothing, so it should be really fast, but it's not. So we'll set that to 0, and I fall instantly, kind of. I'm just falling so you can see. Okay, so a good way to start the game is about, I'd say before, somewhere between 50 and 65. I'll start with 50 because I'm used to about 8. But if you think 50 is too high and he falls really easy, go to 65, but I wouldn't recommend go to over 65. And what stability does is that it changes the advanced settings. So example, here we have the 65. We'll change the stability to 100, and here you can see 79, so it changes here. And if we change to 16 and set this on 50 again, it resets. So anytime you mix with this one, you change the advanced stability settings. So, and auto clutch is so you can get away, as I'm pulling forward, but you can see I can't get away, so I need the clutch. And now you can see I can ride a little bit. So the auto clutch is helping you. Yeah, it's a big help, so you don't have to use manual clutch. I prefer it at 5000. Braking torque is how much you want the bike to brake, and in the beginning I would say 450 on both, but I use kind of this one. But since we have the front brake on the same controller, we can use both, like 450. And anti-lock on front brake, which means you can't lock the wheel, so you won't slide out. And since we're using keyboard and have the same buttons, have both brakes on the same button, I would say anti-lock on both, which means you won't get your rear wheel to slide out. Just as you can see, I just did. So when you brake, it will look like this. Good. Stable. So we'll continue. Stop wheelies. I should say yes is really boring because you can't do wheelies. Front only is okay in the beginning because you won't flip over the bar. You won't do any stoppies. It's mainly for stability, which I recommend. Later on I recommend you switch to no because you get better braking torque with not having the front only. Automatic shifting, yes. I recommend yes in the beginning. It's fewer things to think about, but you can shift up even if you haven't done yes. So as you can see, it goes up but then it goes down again, and that's because it's automatic, so it will kind of optimize or whatever, but you can still change a little bit. Oh. I'm not used to settings, but we'll don't care about that. So yes, another one. That one stopped is kind of, he gets up by himself. Otherwise, if you stand up one, no, we'll take this. You know, I'll just change the order of these two. Sticky sit down. Sticky sit slash down means that now he sit and now he stands. Sit, stand, sit, stand. And that also means when he crashes, he won't get up automatically. If we have that one stopped to no, because what this does is that the rider gets himself up. But if we have that no, if we stand up and crash, we'll have to sit down first, and then we can go away. So if we crash when we sit down, we'll just go to crash. So can't crash, but so if we stand up, we'll have to sit down so the rider stands up. And I think it's easiest to have sticky sit dab, because then you press one time for him to sit, and then you press one time for him to stand. Otherwise you would have to push the button for as long as you want him to sit. Or so the main position is standing, if you have it to know. And I don't have dab when stopped either, because then I know every time my rider falls, I need him to sit down before he gets away. So I always know if I sit down or stand up after I crash. Reverse steering, I don't really know about, but I have it to yes. That's the normal thing. A lean indicator, as you can see, if you see in the background here, the orange, no, the grey. I don't know where I got orange from. Oh, it's orange now it's red. That's the leaning, it's help, so we can turn it off so you can see it. But for the first time you want to play, you probably want to have it on so you can see how much you can lean before front down, wash away, etc. So when you ride, you will always try to kind of have it on the grey, because if you get to red you can easily crash. So that's the basics. So yes, you can see you crash. We can leave that to yes. So that's the basic settings. We won't have to worry about anything here right now. The only thing we can think about right now is this one, but we'll get to that later on. So that's the basic settings that I recommend to get, kind of. And now it's just a ride. Try to get some solid laps on the stock tracks. So tips and tricks for riding will be in the next episode. So in the next episode I will teach you kind of how to ride, some tips and tricks that could be good to know. So see you in the next episode.